准备好和麦特戴蒙来场火星历险吗？
I am the greatest botanist on this planet.
In the movie, the first things that he thinks about are air, water, and food. And I think those are kind of the three essential things that you would need. And those are the first three things that Mark Watney tries to figure out. And how do I make sure that this habitat stays intact? How do I make sure that I have enough water, and what do I do about food?
What was the biggest challenge this time?
In Interstellar, it was a small part, but all my scenes were with Matthew McConaughey, and in this movie I was by myself. So that was the big challenge, was how to figure out how to make that interesting, and how to get through those scenes all alone.
一个人独撑一整部片大局，除了靠演技，幽默感也是很重要的。
What is it? This is potato porn.
Okay, you heard that? Yeah. Second edition.
And porn, potato porn.
How long could you be totally alone? No internet or phones and...
I don't know. I mean, there's something to be said for the kind of solitude and the kind of thinking that you can do that we're kind of losing because of our phones and because of our connectedness. All these great ideas, I think that great human ingenuity comes out of deep thinking and those moments of solitude, I think. So I think trying to carve out that time is very important. But we're human beings are collaborators and cooperators, and I don't think we do very well on our own for long extended periods of time. I think we need each other.
绝地救援的火星场景其实是在约旦瓦蒂伦沙漠拍摄，一开始的考验就是实在太热了。
It's kind of hot and you must be in the suit.
Yeah, they did a really good job of, they have these cooling suits that you can wear now. So I had a cooling suit underneath the spacesuit, and I was actually fine. It wasn't that hot in Jordan either. It was beautiful. It was like 70 degrees, and so it wasn't like 100 degrees.
I remember you said you didn't want to do the underwater scene in the second Bro movie. It caused you nightmares. And any moment like that while you're doing this?
No. I mean, that underwater stuff in Bourne was just tricky because I had to be inside a car underwater and swim and turn upside down and all this stuff that just played with my brain a little bit. But this was we were out in the desert, or we were on a sound stage in Budapest, and I had the whole crew right there, so it was very easy.
别看麦特说的轻松，导演雷利·史考特在开拍第一天就给所有人震撼教育。
You ready?
Ready.
Commander, are you okay? I'm okay. Watch out!
I mean, there's a huge storm at the beginning that, which is how they wind up leaving my character, as they think I'm dead, and so. But like everything with Ridley, it's so easy to shoot. I mean, he's so experienced and he's so gifted that he makes anything that could be a huge problem for another director. He can solve it very, very easily and very quickly. So the work experience is really, really pleasant with him.
Cut.
Did you train for the zero gravity thing?
No, I didn't need to because I spend the whole movie on Mars, so I'm not in zero G until the end of the movie. So
I want to ask you, did you ask any advice from George Clooney for the zero gravity thing?
I didn't. No. I try to not ask him for advice at all if I can help it. Only when absolutely necessary.
There is one thing we saw your muscles and six pack. Do you always keep those?
No, I try not to. Yeah.
Why not?
No, if I'm working, then I have to, I have to be very focused and only eat certain things. That's the hardest part. I actually enjoy working out. Like, I have a good time doing it, but the diet is I love to eat, and I hate to have to monitor what I eat, and that really is unfortunately the key to like being in shape. It's all about what you're putting in your body.
Any tips from Chris Hemsworth about the muscles and working out?
He's way too young and way too. He's like a genetically superior human being, so I try not to get tips from him or Clooney. I don't want tips from either of those guys.
在香港接受咱们访问时，麦特戴蒙正巧在和刘德华合作张艺谋导演的新片《长城》，两位同是无间道坏警察，还真有缘。
You were shooting The Great Wall with Andy Lau and Eddie Pan in China. How was the experience so far?
Great, it's really great, and Zhang Yimou is directing, and we're having a really good time, and I think we're making a really good movie. So, fingers crossed.
Did they bring you anywhere fun?
Well, we came to Hong Kong about a month ago, and we saw Andy here, and this is his town. So we had such a good time that we came back. So my wife said to me that I have to get a job here. She loves it.
Your character in Departed was based on Andy's.
Andy,
yeah,
yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Did you talk about it?
We did, and he my character in The Departed gets killed at the end of the movie, and Andy was very smart. He survived, and he made sequels. So I said, "You're a better businessman than I am."
And how about the long hair?
Yeah, I'm used to it. It's for the movie that I'm doing now, so yeah, I'm used to it at this point. It's I'll cut it. I'm gonna go do a Bourne movie after this, so I'll have my normal Bourne haircut.
不过人都到了香港，还是没机会重游台湾，让他好遗憾。
You've been in Taiwan 13 years ago. Any memories from that trip? Do you remember any?
Yeah, I mean, I remember because it was my first time there. I feel like I remember everything about the experience. The first time you go someplace, it always makes such an impression on you. And I thought I would have been back by now. It's strange. I remember being there and going, "Oh, I'll see you guys in a couple years," and I never made it back. Marty just finished shooting there, Silence, and.
Yeah.
So all of my friends, on that crew, I've heard, great things about their experience. I just remember, all of the, driving around the city and just all of the sights. Like it was just, like any city that you go to for the first time, you just, you just really kind of breathe it all in, and it's the kind of stuff that you can't read about in a book. It's like you just have to experience it. So I'd love to go back.
没关系，我们等你哦。
Hi to everybody in Taiwan. This is Matt Damon. I hope you like the film The Martian. We're very proud of it, and we think you'll enjoy it.
I'm not gonna die here.